Hello, welcome back. My name is Alethea Thomas. If you've been here before, welcome back as always. Happy that you're here. If you are new to viewing my channel, I primarily do videos about books and bookish topics. So if you're interested in that sort of video, then you're in the right place. Today, I am going to talk about my plans for 2024 reading-wise, kind of discuss some things about the channel that I'm looking to sort of make slight changes to, not huge changes to, and kind of my booktube resolutions for 2024, I suppose, what I'd really like to accomplish on this channel this year. Go ahead and grab yourself a drink. This is the rest of my rosé from last night. So it needs to be drunk anyway. I didn't end up drinking the entire bottle in one night, thank goodness, because I can't do that. I can't handle that sort of thing anymore. If you can, here's to you. I just cannot anymore. I actually don't really drink that much at all anymore. It's just tough. It gets tough as you get older. Let's just get to talking. We're just gonna be a little chatty here. No big deal or anything. This is very casual conversation. Looking forward to 2024 starting. This is just absolutely wonderful. I enjoy doing these booktube videos a lot. They are really just a pleasure for me to do. I honestly don't have that much viewership, and I'm fine with that. Hopefully the viewership will continue to grow. There are about 73 subscribers right now, which is absolutely fantastic. I think that's wonderful if anybody subscribes to my channel. My channel performs at kind of a low rate. I think the highest viewership that I have gotten is maybe around 50 or 60 views on just a regular video. Not to say that that's bad or anything, but I've seen, of course, lots of other channels with lots of different YouTubers, booktubers, whatnot that get thousands of views. I would never dream of probably getting that many views. If I could get around the 100 mark, that would be really super fantastic. And I'm trying to figure out my strategy as to how to get there exactly. What do I need to do to, get about 100 viewers for a video? I think it has a lot to do with the consistency of how these videos come out. I don't know if the algorithm works better if you're like a few times a month, if that's the best way of going about it, or if it's like 2 times a week that you put out a video, that you'll end up getting more viewership and your content gets pushed out to your viewers a little harder if you're producing more and more. I really don't want to be one of those people that does like 3 times a week or more. 2 times a week is really pushing it for me. So maybe if we end up doing just a video a week for a while, I'm fine with that. I'll try for 2. I don't know if that's going to be terribly successful though. So what I'm thinking, successful as in for me successful, where I'm not being stressed out by trying to get a video out like on time all the time. My life right now as a mother, I am not a single mother. I'm very happily married, by the way. My life as a mother, it can be pretty chaotic sometimes because I'm not a schedule-oriented person as far as my home life, raising my kids. Complete opposite when it comes to my work. I'm a very schedule-oriented person at my work. So, because this is for my enjoyment, I have been not really treating it like work, which I don't want to treat it like work, but I do think a degree of schedule orientation might be good for this channel. So what I think I'm going to do is at the beginning and end of every month, there will definitely be a what am I reading for this month, and then what I actually read for this month. So those are going to be regularly scheduled at the beginning and end of every month. From there, what I think I'm going to do is maybe try to do a monthly vlog. The monthly vlog would probably come out during the middle of the month, perhaps nearer to the beginning of the month though. that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about doing what are called reset videos, where I kind of go through what I plan on doing, what, cleaning around the house, doing my shopping, things like that, especially like with my children. I don't think I'm going to get my children involved in the videos necessarily. I'm not comfortable with putting them on camera at this moment. They're so young, personally. They're really so young. I don't want my kids on camera. But I think that maybe you might hear them around a bit more. You might see them walk through shots or something like that. I'd probably have their faces blurred. But, a bit more of the family interaction. I might include some of that, not all of it. But yeah, like a monthly reset, shopping, maybe what I'm cooking, a day in the life with me. So we're going to all wrap that up into one video there. And that will probably just be once a month. So there's 3 videos there for a month. And then besides that, I probably do like some check-ins during the month. Hey guys, how are you doing? Here's what I'm reading right now. I'm gonna try and do reading vlogs. I've had problems trying to figure out how to film a reading vlog effectively though, because I don't have small cameras that I can easily sit in front of me while I have a book in my hands. I have tripods, I have cameras that are a bit bigger. My smallest camera I'm actually filming on right now, it's a ZV-1, I think, from Sony. It's sort of part of the Alpha range. I've also got a really big camera, which is the A6400, which is a great camera to use with multiple lenses and stuff like that. That's my big dog camera. But I actually have found that I use the smaller camera way more because it has more features on it than the A6400 for vlogging purposes. I mean, the A6400 is really not meant for vlogs. I'm trying to figure out how I can film the reading vlogs more effectively. So I want to try and do some more reading vlogs, that kind of thing. So one of my ideas to kind of go along with this, okay, we're going to do these consistently, is to actually plan out my months ahead of time, get like a planner, or actually I'm really more of a spreadsheet girl. So planning these things out in Excel by month, and when I need to film and actually schedule filming dates. It can be a little bit tough when you've got kids' schedules and your schedules. So I'm going to probably give myself a couple of days wiggle room to actually get things filmed, but I want to try and consistently put out videos perhaps on Wednesdays or Thursdays. I'm just not sure quite yet how I'm going to do that. But yeah, just kind of sit down, plan everything out ahead of time, and get right to it. Have things filmed early if I can to put out regularly. So it's going to be an interesting challenge. I may completely fail at it in the middle of the year, which I fully anticipate that that's what's going to happen. I'm hoping summer will be really easy compared to the rest of the year. Fall is kind of touch and go though, because we have cheerleading that my daughter is very interested in. And yeah, it can be kind of tough to actually get that done in the fall, like just because schedules are so competing. Oh my gosh. Another thing about this channel, other than just planning and consistency, I really want to get back to the core of this channel, why I started this channel from the beginning, which I haven't really deviated from it that much, to be honest. But I want to read more classics. I want to read even more classics than I read this year. I read quite a few classics. Some major big classics too, which I was very happy to get done. The Count of Monte Cristo being my favorite one of those classics that I read. It was so long though. And then also War and Peace by Tolstoy. That one was good too, but it was just so long. Books that are that long are just not 5-star material to me because they're just so long. And they take a long time to get, to the end and resolution and all of that. And by the time that we're getting to the end, I'm just kind of tired of these characters and I'm tired of reading this. So maybe if I pick up a really long book like those again, I'll maybe take my time a bit more with it. But I think I will end up picking up really long classics again. But the classics that I want to pick up now, relatively a normal length, like under 600 pages is great. Anywhere between 300 to 600 pages I'm pretty comfortable with, and it doesn't get super involved, I'll say, for my time especially. So I'm going to try and concentrate on novels that are around that length and not the super long books. So I do want to focus, like I said, more on the classics this year. And I'll just pick up a few contemporary, things I feel like reading that are coming out in 2024 as we go along. Or if for some reason I feel like picking up a fantasy or a romance book or a mystery or something as we go along, I'm just going to kind of supplement those in. But mostly I am going to focus on classics this year. There are so many classics that I want to get to and I want to read. The pile keeps growing and growing, and now I'm just like, I really just want to get to those. No more book talk. I'm not going to look at book talk anymore this year. That is a resolution this year for sure. Book talk, I feel like, has led me astray in a few instances. Not burned, but just led me astray. And you get into the hype of something, and then you read it, and then it's like, this is not good. This is really not good. And so I don't want to be influenced by book talk anymore. I think what I'm going to do instead is just stick to BookTube completely and not even view TikTok anymore. I've actually removed TikTok from my phone because I just will end up wasting hours and hours and hours on stupid TikTok and not even paying attention to anything else. So I feel like my time will be much better spent actually reading books instead of looking at TikTok and book talk specifically. So yeah, I think that's kind of the resolutions for the year. Let's move on to what books I really want to read in 2024. Last year, I sat down and I filmed myself actually planning out my year. I'll link that somewhere around here. Those were long videos. It ended up being 2, I want to say 40-minute to an hour-long episodes. Those were ridiculously long. I'm not going to put you all through that again this year. I'm just going to go over some of the highlights, specifically classics-wise, what I really want to read. And I do have some of them here. So some of the heavy hitters I really want to get to. This struck me as really cool. There is a course on YouTube, I think it is Yale Courses again, for Paradise Lost, for John Milton specifically. The Power of Milton, I believe, is the title either of one of the courses or of the whole course or one of the classes within the course. I can't remember exactly. I did listen to a few episodes of though while I was working, and I read a couple of Milton's shorter poems because of the class, and I really enjoyed them. And I really want to read Paradise Lost. I've never had the opportunity to read it. It never came up in any of the classes that I ever took. So I want to be that person, and I want to say I've read Paradise Lost by Milton. I've heard so much about it, and I am intrigued because apparently the devil is a very likable character in this, which, growing up with Southern Baptist, history of Southern Baptists in my family, I couldn't believe that kind of a thing. It's like, what? Really? I can't believe that. I want to see this. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to this. I'm going to follow along with the actual course, and hopefully it will be very fulfilling for me in a way. One of the things about this book, I was really intimidated about how large this book is, but I went to actually looking in the table of contents of it. So most of the book, more than half of the book, is Paradise Lost, the actual epic poem, but then the rest of this is all resources. passages from the Bible that it references, essays in this, talking about like key passages that Milton has written. It's a critical edition, so this is the Norton Critical Edition, and I picked it up from my half-price bookstore because, you know, it was the only Milton that they had, and I'm actually glad I got this one because there is a lot in here, and if I need to reference the sources, it's all here for you, so that's really beneficial. So yeah, big classic, and I'm going to try and start this one right away because I'd rather start early on this and make progress in it all year long if I have to. Since it is such a critical work, one of those things I believe that a lot of English students have to read. So essential, since it is such an essential work, I really want to get an early start on this one. So getting started on that pretty soon. Of course, I'm going to keep it my Shakespeare because I love William Shakespeare. I waxed on about him in the last video a whole bunch, so I'm not going to keep up with that this time. But more Shakespeare is in the works. Probably going to toss in some contemporary. I'm considering contemporary anything that's after like 1930 and on. So contemporary, Sally Rooney's Normal People, Dance, 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 Haruki Murakami, The Remains of the Day, Kazuo Ishiguro. I'm probably going to do more Murakami as well and more Ishiguro. I just haven't decided which ones yet. I'd really like to get to Q1Q84 because I have the box set of the smaller novellas broken up. I have this set that I found at Half Price Books, which is really cool. I just love this. It's so neat. So it broken up into the smaller books I think is probably more accessible, more readable to me, if that makes sense. Let me put that back. So probably more of that. I really want to get to the Makioka sisters too. I've heard so much about this, and I don't know, this might be February. I'm not sure yet. I have planned out things on my Excel spreadsheet like I did last year. I just didn't want to take you all through that again. But I think that this one is going to be pretty soon as well. I'm still working on Ice Fields by Thomas Wharton. This is really good. I just need to really sit down and read it. I think that's pretty much all of the contemporary, and then In the Name of the Rose. In the Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. This one is something I really want to get to this year, and so I'm going to probably try and get to that as soon as possible as well. Yeah. I have a feeling it's going to be so good, and I'm going to really enjoy it. Sorry, I'm getting my piles mixed up here. That's no good. That is no good. So back to more of the classics. Where Angels Fear to Tread Again. More Hemingway. I think that I'm also going to read not only The Sun Also Rises, but A Farewell to Arms as well. I really want to read Wilkie Collins. I'm looking forward to Victober again, like already. And I'm definitely going to read The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins for Victober this year. I don't know if Edith Wharton also counts for Victober. It's about the right time period, but I think Edith Wharton is American. So she is really American. So I just want to read The Age of Innocence. There's probably a few other Edith Whartons that I'd also like to read as well. Ethan Frome, I remember, was very good. And it's a short one, and it's very, very good. Thomas Hardy, I really want to read Tess of the Dubervilles. He could be Victober as well, but I think I'm going to try and read this way before that. I may try and do this in the summer, because I sat down and I kind of started reading it. It was kind of given summer vibes, and that I really enjoy that kind of seasonal reading anyway, so I may end up just waiting on this until summer. I want to read a Gaskell, but I've been I've been told that Wives and Daughters is really not the best place to start with Gaskell. I've been told that North and South is really a better place to start with Gaskell. So I think I'm going to procure myself a copy of North and South and try and read that. And yeah, so I mean, those are some books that I have here that I really want to get to. There's more Ishiguro. There's more Murakami that I've got on my shelf specifically. And then one of the things I wanted to try and do this year is more children's classics, but specifically with my daughter, because she needs more exciting material to listen to somebody else read. She's 7 years old. She reads fairly well on her own right now, but not great. So we're really working on that. And so what I was thinking about reading with her, oh, there it is. Can't find it. So I was going to read her The Chronicles of Narnia. So classic children's fantasy books. Love these. They're so fun. The memories. Oh, the memories associated with these books. So I want to read her these, and then I also want to read her the children's classic. She's already read Charlotte's Web at school, which is fantastic. But I've got The Trumpet of the Swan and Stuart Little and Charlotte's Web all in this little collection by E.B. White. I've had this for a very, very long time, probably since I was a child. These have been well read, well loved. This poor box has seen better days. All of the Anne of Green Gables books. I want to get the entire box set of the 8 Anne of Green Gables books, and just read them all. They're stunningly beautiful books. I really like Ellen Montgomery's writing style. It's just fantastic. So planning on reading all of those. So that's going to take up a lot of the year too, because it's 8 books, but they're 8 shortish books, so it's all good. I'd like to read more Russian classics, specifically Crime and Punishment. Eugenie Onegin, I believe is how it's pronounced. Onegin. Eugenie Onegin. The Master and Margarita. The Master and Margarita sounds like a crazy, crazy trip. So I can't wait to read that one also. It just looks really interesting. And I heard a description of it over on one of the classic YouTube channels. Hardcore Literature, I believe it's called. And he made it sound very intriguing. And I just want to read it very badly now. It sounds insane. I'd also like to try and get in some more of the contemporary prize-winning novels that have come out, in the last 20 years or so. Specifically Booker Prize winners, and then also some Pulitzer Prize winners. There was one specifically that drew my attention. Hamnet looks interesting to me. Hopefully it's not super grotesque and sad. And then the one that really struck me is A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine. That one looks really weird, really crazy, and just has it looks like it has a really intriguing plot. So I'd really like to try and read those. But yeah, I have all kinds of plans this year. It's going to be a little bit insane. I guess we'll just do a what am I reading currently, which I'm just sort of still wrapping up currently. Just some things that I was already reading, and I plan on getting those done this month and then moving on with my life. Like I said, Ice Fields by Thomas Wharton. I am going to finish this up as quickly as I can. I started Queen of Myths and Monsters, and it's not great. It's a Scarlett St. Clair book. It ain't great. I'm kind of not enjoying it. It's kind of at this point. So I think I might end up DNFing it. I'm already halfway through it though. So I might just end up listening to it through the end just to knock it off the list. But I don't know, I might not feel like dedicating much more time to that one right now. I'm also reading Laura Child's Twisted Tea Christmas. It's classic Laura Child's, and it's really good, and I think I'm going to finish that one up tonight, actually. Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. I'm almost done with it. I just need to sit down and read the last few pages of it. And Wolf Hall I'm still working on as well. So, a lot of books. I did start Willa Cather's Oh Pioneers, but I haven't really sat down and dedicated myself to it yet. So, but really, as soon as I get all of that done, yeah, probably first place I will start is Paradise Lost as soon as I get some of these other books knocked out that I need to finish up. So, yeah, that's my plan for right now. I hope that this year will be really good for everybody involved in BookTube, the viewers, the booktubers. You know, I just hope 2024 is going to be a wonderful year. 2023 wasn't a terrible year. Could have been better in a lot of ways, though. If anyone's listening up there, 2023 kind of sucked. Let's make 2024 better. I don't know. Anyway, here's to you and yours, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.